Good afternoon, class. This is Dr. Bimal, and I wanted to review a few things with you since this week's discussion takes a slightly different turn. So, if you look at the week 4 discussion, here you are asked to submit your proposal draft in APA formatted paper, including your news sources. So this is slightly different since you're not going to necessarily submit it as an annotated bib. In order to help you with this, so that you can see how you may want to create your proposal, I have placed a resource in your week 4 reading assignment that was also in your supplemental reading assignment from last week, and I bolded it here. It's the UNC College of Arts and Sciences Literature Reviews. So we'll just take a look at that, and it covers literature reviews, and then we want to go down to different focuses for, or foci if you will, for the literature review, and look at the organization. So at the beginning you always provide an introduction that includes your central theme and your central focus. It's really important that you continue to make that as clear as possible. This is a very dry type of writing, so just the facts. Don't embellish. You don't want to add anything other than the actual facts and substance here. So when you read these and look through some examples, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just no colloquial sayings, no everyday sayings, very cut and dry. So the introduction, you'll give the overview, the body, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a moment, and then the conclusions, which will be your recommendation. At this point, you don't need to have the conclusions or recommendations, but like I indicated over here, you do want to just include the headings, because at this time that's going to help you to know where each article sort of goes. Now, of course, there may be some articles that you find you want to cite in your introduction and then in several different parts of your review of the literature. But these are things I want you to start thinking about now, to not just plug them in, but to get an idea in your mind of how they're going to flow, because the flow is very important. So speaking of that, let's take a look at organizing the body. So here it provides some ideas of how you would structure it. The first one is one that largely will not work for anyone in this class, just because it's not really consistent with advanced practice nursing. However, publication could work. Trend, I believe, may work very well, and I think theme would work. So in looking at these, you can determine along with your mentor which one works, and you don't need to determine that now, but I do want you to think about some sort of structure so that right now you are getting it prepared for later. This is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of work later on. There were a few other things that I wanted to talk to you about that I believe are going to help you at this point. So please review this resource, and also I would like you to look at the examples of projects that are placed in your resources folder. So I'm trying to remember which document it's in. We do have a lot of different resources.